Africa.
There you go. And we've given you the rules and the rationale for scoring prior to this, so rest assured Harold Letterman will be sitting here at ringside with us and doing his normal fabulous job. Here's Manny Pacquiao, who is a southpaw. He hails from General Santos City in the Philippines. He fought for a while down at 112 pounds, and then after a loss decided this isn't the weight class to me and leapfrogged all the way up 3 weight classes to 122. Team Rahman in Johannesburg, South Africa. You might have seen the undercard bout in which Ledwaba outpointed a tough challenger named Carlos Contreras from Juarez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Super Bantamweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trimmed with gold and weighing in at 121 pounds. His professional record, 32 victories, including 23 knockouts with only 2 losses. From Kimwabe, Philippines, here is the challenger, the former WBC Super Bantamweight World Champion, Manny Pacquiao.
So it's the southpaw Pacquiao against the conventional fighter Ledwaba. And remember, whenever you have this situation, part of the competitive imperative is to get your front foot outside your opponent's front foot, give you the angle from which to attack.
You know, I'd like to think that you should get in there and just fight those guys and forget where your feet are. Make them try to remember where their feet should be. Get your hands in and bring them right back in position quick. There's no such thing as being out of position.
Ledwaba has an excellent jab. Some conventional fighters tend not to use their jab as much against a southpaw because with that shoulder in front of them, they think they're not going to land it. The opposite side of that coin is go ahead and keep using it. Put the other guy on the defensive.
Don't touch with them. They want you to touch and make contact and bring it back with the southpaw. But sting it out there. Make them fearful of it. You may miss a few times, but not as much as you would have the practice you've done in the ring. I mean, on the punching, how to slip, punch. Whole book, he has it.
Yeah, he showed us that in South Africa, where he completely dominated the first 9 rounds of the fight against Contreras. But then he seemed to fade a little bit in the last 3 rounds. Contreras began to land his left hook and give him some trouble. Yesterday in our fighter meeting, Ledwaba said to us that he had hurt his right hand in the 4th round of that fight. We were unaware of it.
His nose. Don't allow him to get into his boxing groove. Then you are in shape trying to box a boxer in bad shape.
And Pacquiao landing some hard shots.
That's what you got to do. Throw it all out.
Manny Pacquiao has landed the harder shots in round 1, and now he dominates the last minute of the round with a full-scale attack against Ledwaba. Freddie Roach said to me yesterday, hey, look, we have great respect for Ledwaba, and we know he's a great boxer, but he won't be able to handle Manny's firepower, including 22 out of 40 power shots against Ledwaba's 9 of 28. So we watched Ledwaba get off to a great start down in South Africa. Here he gets off to an uncertain start against Pacquiao's hard punches in round 1, and here comes the Filipino fighter again. Boom!
Ledwaba is going to have to do something to slow down his charge because otherwise he's not going to be able to handle this aggression as a boxer.
He's got to fight. Yep. You go this far away from home. Can't depend on your boxing skills all the time. You got to fight. If you want to fight, the fight is yours, but it's not going to develop like that.
You talk about getting old in a hurry. Lehlo Ledwaba looks like an old 29 in there against 24-year-old Manny Pacquiao right now.
How you feel? You okay?
I didn't see the punch. It looked like a short left hand. We'll have to see in the replay.
I think it was a bunch of punches. I think it was the whole fuselage.
I think it started in the first couple of punches thrown in the first round.
Absolutely. I think this guy just hit so hard that Ledwaba is totally off.
Really felt it.
And then a bigger left hand later on. Pacquiao landed 43 of 86 power shots by CompuBox numbers in that round. 46 of 104 punches overall. Ledwaba 23 of 43, including, as George Foreman pointed out, the big right-hand body shot that momentarily stopped Pacquiao's assault.
Now, you don't want to get Pacquiao to start boxing now. Winning this fight hands down when he was fighting. Start boxing, this guy can take over things. Don't hesitate. Pacquiao should be jabbing right now. There you are, but throwing shots. You wait.
Pacquiao is...
Well, that's what his trainer was asking for.
He can get that hand down just a little bit, and that's what you want to do. Get his hand down and have him hesitant. Pacquiao throwing that right jab.
Trainer Norman Labani pleading with him as he got up out of his corner between rounds. Throw the left hook, land the left hook. Pacquiao to the body with an explosive shot. And another. And a big right hand upstairs. And now he's got Ledwaba back on the defensive and bleeding badly.
He's got to stay on it. He cannot give him a break. Ledwaba does not want to fight. You want to box it if you need that strength. Seems like a small amount, but you need every drop of blood you can.
Well, and when it's pouring straight out of your nose like that, George, it's bound to come into your mouth. You swallow it. It's a horrible taste. Most
important is coming out of your body. You don't have it as reserves. Give you oxygen. I don't know what a doctor would say about that.
I think he'd say exactly what you're saying. I think you're entirely on target, George. You need every ounce of fluid you can get in an experience like this.
And you think he could absorb what he heard?
No.
We'll find out in a minute. Straight left hand, he said, followed by the left hook. Let's see.
You gotta throw a lot, and maybe he'll pick up one.
Harold Ledwaba, how do you have it through the first three?
Okay, Jim, 30-26, 3 rounds to nothing. Manny Pacquiao. Jim, in the second round, of course, you got to give him a 10-8 round, an extra point for the knockdown. That was incredible. It appeared as though Joe Cortez was going to call it no knockdown. He signaled no knockdown. When Ledwaba didn't respond, that's when he picked the count up, interesting enough. Another thing, Cassius Green is probably using adrenaline chloride 1 to 1,000 in the nose and ice on the outside to constrict the blood.
Throw a shot, throw a shot. Don't allow him to think. His corner told Ledwaba not to blow his nose, and he's doing it anyway.
Pretty hard not to do it, isn't it?
Certain things you just got to do, whether they're hard
when your nose is all stopped up with blood and you can't breathe, it's a natural instinct.
You can go against it.
Learned.
Got to do it.
Guy from the Philippines, guy from South Africa, giving us a hell of a fight.
And Pacquiao wobbled Ledwaba again. Career Delgado now gracefully stepping back to number 2 to allow Freddie Roach to take over because they think Roach can take him to another level.
Ledwaba is called Hands of Stone, which of course originated with Roberto Duran. But Pacquiao is the one who seems to have the rocks in his gloves.
They told him to move his head a little bit. I don't know if that's smart, Pacquiao.
Why?
Why? Because this
low blow. Joe Cortez was blocked from seeing it. Freddie Roach also told his fighter, don't follow Ledwaba around. Cut off the ring instead.
Ledwaba has not attacked, put on any kind of attack at all. You got to make the youngster back away.
One of the hardest things to do in boxing, seize the initiative against a strong and slipping away from Pacquiao's power shots. Hasn't yet found the right offense to go behind that.
That's what Pacquiao's got to do. Keep throwing the shots, Pacquiao. Keep the punching on. You can't allow this guy to get his balance going. Get back on you.
There are so many southpaw cuties in the lower weight classes. There aren't that many southpaw punchers with mustard. Pacquiao is fun to watch. Eddie McKenna interpreting Sutu over in Ledwaba's corner. English is spoken in both corners as well, so
now,
it's confusing.
Ledwaba corner is better pay some strict attention now. If this guy doesn't pick up, turn his fight around, better look to kind of call it a day.
Mercy.
He's been caught by surprise. He's a good fighter. He had no idea.
Pacquiao may take care of it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How do you feel? You gotta continue? Take it up.
When have you ever seen a
let's go.
fighter say, I'm not okay?
There's a weariness and almost a resignation in the eyes of Ledwaba.
Yeah, and Joe Cortez has seen enough. That's a TKO victory for the very impressive Manny Pacquiao, who takes a good fighter and just takes him apart with power shots. And pay honor to Manny Pacquiao.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 59 seconds of round number 6, referee Joe Cortez, following the second knockdown, waves off the count and calls a halt to the bout. The winner by knockout victory, and now a two-time world champion. He is now the reigning IBF Super Bantamweight Champion of the world, Manny Pacquiao.
You know, I said before this fight, guys, that if he was anywhere near as good as Flash Elordi, we would really see something. This guy may someday be compared to Elordi and may even surpass him.
Moving to Los Angeles to work with Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach has a terrific talent to work with, and